a BYD sub-brand that most people outside China have never heard of. Just built a family SUV with 490 horsepower, 190 kilometers of pure electric range, 5 seats, and a price tag that makes a Land Rover Defender look like a financial crime. The Fangchengbao Ti7 costs a fraction of what premium off-road styled sport utility vehicles cost. Yet it delivers nearly 490 horsepower in top plug-in hybrid form. It can travel up to 190 kilometers on electricity alone. It seats 5 adults, and it reaches 100 kilometers per hour in 4.5 seconds. But the shocking part is not the specification sheet. The shocking part is the engineering philosophy behind it. Because the Ti7 reveals exactly where the global sport utility vehicle market is heading next, and why traditional manufacturers should be paying very close attention. Most people look at the Ti7 and immediately think it is another Chinese Defender copy. That is the easy conclusion, and also the least interesting one. The real story is that BYD intentionally created 2 completely different families inside Fangchengbao. The Bao series is built around genuine off-road capability. The Ti series is built around something else entirely: efficiency, technology, family practicality, and manufacturing scale. The Ti7 is not trying to out-Defender the Defender. It is trying to solve a different problem. How do you build a large family vehicle that looks adventurous without forcing customers to pay the fuel consumption, weight penalties, and engineering costs of a traditional body-on-frame off-roader? That single decision changes everything, because underneath the rugged styling sits a completely different engineering architecture. And that architecture reveals the real strategy of BYD. Here is the detail most reviews barely mention. The Ti7 uses a unibody platform, not body-on-frame construction. In terms of pure scale, it measures 5 meters long and 2 meters wide. That puts it squarely in the Land Rover Defender 110 footprint. Yet it rides on a modern unibody rather than a traditional ladder frame. This matters enormously. Traditional off-road icons use separate ladder frame structures because they are extremely durable under harsh terrain conditions. The trade-off is weight, ride quality, packaging efficiency, and cost. BYD looked at how most customers actually use these vehicles: school runs, highways, urban commuting, and family road trips. Very few owners spend their weekends crossing deserts. So BYD removed the expensive solution to a problem most buyers never have. The result is a vehicle that remains visually rugged while behaving more like a modern crossover. Better ride comfort, more interior space, lower production costs, and greater efficiency. This is not cost-cutting. This is targeted engineering. One removes value, the other removes waste. And the Ti7 is full of examples like this. Most legacy manufacturers still think in terms of engines first. BYD thinks in terms of electric motors first. The engine exists mainly to support the battery system, and that mindset creates a completely different vehicle. At its core sits the DM Performance plug-in hybrid architecture of BYD, a 1.5-liter turbocharged inline-4 engine producing roughly 154 horsepower, acts primarily as a range extender generator. This engine achieves 45.3% thermal efficiency, which places it among the most efficient combustion engines ever put into a production family vehicle. For context, a typical premium combustion engine wastes more than 70% of its fuel energy as heat. The Ti7 engine wastes less than 55%. It pairs with dual electric motors, producing 160 kilowatts at the front axle and 200 kilowatts at the rear axle in top-tier all-wheel drive form. Combined system output reaches approximately 360 kilowatts or 490 horsepower in top specification, 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 4.5 seconds. In a 5-seat family sport utility vehicle, the battery system uses the FinDreams Blade lithium iron phosphate cells of BYD. The top 35.6 kilowatt-hour pack delivers up to 190 kilometers of pure electric range. Real-world expectations sit comfortably above 100 kilometers in mixed conditions. Total hybrid range exceeds 1,300 kilometers. Now ask yourself a question. Why would a family sport utility vehicle need that much power? The answer is not acceleration. The answer is mass. Large vehicles become inefficient when engines constantly work near their limits. Electric motors solve that problem instantly. Maximum torque arrives immediately. The engine operates more efficiently, and the driving experience becomes smoother. This is one reason Chinese plug-in hybrids increasingly outperform traditional hybrids in performance metrics. They are designed around electric propulsion from the beginning, not adapted afterward. Here is where the story gets uncomfortable for Porsche, Ford, and Volkswagen. The Ti7 pure electric model supports flash charging technology capable of 1,500 kilowatts of direct current fast charging. Porsche and Tesla boast about peak charging speeds of 250 to 270 kilowatts. The Ti7 EV supports nearly 6 times that figure. Charging the battery from 10% to 70% takes 5 minutes. Unbelievably, 10% to 97% takes just 9 minutes. By the time you walk into a service station to buy a coffee, this vehicle has added hundreds of kilometers of range. BYD achieves this through the latest evolution of their Blade battery chemistry, combined with massive cooling channels integrated directly into the battery pack structure. The bus bars and cooling loops were completely redesigned to aggressively strip heat away from the cells during that crucial charging window. Now here's the honest caveat. That 1,500 kilowatt figure requires infrastructure that does not yet exist in most of the world. If you plug into a standard public fast charger, you will be bottlenecked by the station, not the car. Those 5-minute charge times are real, but they are currently only achievable on the own flash charging network of BYD in China. For global buyers today, real-world charging speeds will be significantly lower. That limitation matters, and it deserves to be said clearly. Here is something fascinating. The Ti7 does not feel like a budget vehicle trying to imitate luxury. It feels like a technology company deciding where luxury actually matters. Large 15.6-inch central display and a 27-inch head-up display spanning the driver field of view. Ventilated seats, heated seats, massage functions, and a refrigerated storage compartment. Advanced driver assistance hardware, including God-eye LiDAR systems on top trims, a premium sound system, and an optional roof-mounted drone that launches while the vehicle is moving at up to 25 kilometers per hour, feeding real-time aerial footage directly into the central display. Traditional manufacturers spend enormous money on prestige materials, heritage stitching, polished wood veneers, and embossed badges. BYD spends heavily on visible technology that owners interact with every single day. Whether you prefer that approach is subjective, but the strategy is deliberate. The company understands that younger buyers increasingly associate premium experiences with technology rather than heritage. A digital feature used every day creates more perceived value than a badge that references history. That shift may be uncomfortable for legacy brands, but it reflects changing customer priorities. And at this price point, the technology stack on offer has no equivalent from any European manufacturer. The real weapon is BYD itself. Most automakers buy critical components from suppliers. BYD manufactures an extraordinary amount internally. Batteries, electric motors, power electronics, semiconductors, software systems, and vehicle platforms. In China, launch prices started around 230,000 yuan for base models, climbing to 270,000 yuan for top trims. That is roughly 31,000 to 38,000 United States dollars. Compare that to a similarly equipped Land Rover Defender, which easily exceeds $60,000 to $70,000, or a premium German plug-in hybrid sport utility vehicle at similar money. BYD can do this because they are capturing the supplier margin themselves. While Toyota and Ford are paying markups to third-party battery suppliers, motor manufacturers, and semiconductor companies at every step of the assembly process, BYD is eliminating those markups entirely. This structural cost advantage is not something legacy brands can close quickly. It took BYD 2 decades to build, and it is the part competitors genuinely worry about. Anyone can create one great product. Very few companies can industrialize that process across millions of vehicles annually. Now for the uncomfortable truths. The Ti7 is not perfect. At nearly 2,500 kilograms, this is a heavy vehicle. You will feel that mass under heavy braking and in tight, rapid corners. The unibody construction, while excellent for comfort and efficiency, means this is not a rock crawler. If you plan on doing serious technical off-roading, the absence of a ladder frame is a genuine limitation compared to a modified Defender. Because the large battery is housed under the floor, there is no usable storage space beneath the boot floor, and the load lip is quite high, making it difficult to load heavy gear. Brand recognition remains a challenge outside China. Long-term durability of electronics in harsh global climates remains less proven than vehicles from manufacturers with decades of international ownership history. Resale value in many international markets remains uncertain, and the software ecosystem, while feature-rich, can feel cluttered compared to the simplicity of well-refined Western interfaces. Buy the Ti7 expecting a family-focused, technology-rich, efficiency-optimized sport utility vehicle, and you will probably be impressed. Buy it expecting a hardcore off-road specialist, and you will be disappointed. The best products know exactly what they are and what they are not. The Ti7 represents something much larger than one vehicle. It demonstrates how Chinese manufacturers increasingly compete, not by offering less for less money, but by offering more for less money. That distinction changes everything. Historically, budget brands won through compromise. Today, companies like BYD are winning through genuine capability. The Ti7 combines family, practicality, electrification, technology, performance, and aggressive pricing in a package that would have been difficult to imagine from a Chinese manufacturer only 5 years ago. That should concern every legacy manufacturer, because consumers rarely care where innovation comes from. They care who delivers the best value. The most important thing about the Fangchengbao Ti7 is not its horsepower, not its range, and not even its price. It is what the vehicle reveals. For decades, the automotive industry was shaped by companies exporting engineering expertise into China. Now, the flow is increasingly reversing. The Ti7 is evidence of that shift. A vehicle designed around modern realities rather than historical assumptions. And whether you love it or hate it, one fact is becoming impossible to ignore. The future of the global automobile industry will not be decided only in Stuttgart or Detroit or Tokyo. An increasing share of that future is being engineered in Shenzhen, and vehicles like the Fangchengbao Ti7 are showing exactly why.